workshops, you're going to learn how to unleash the power of the video. Okay, and today, Kyle, we're going to teach us how to do this. First, leave here in the comments the country that you are and if you're a big view user or not. But let's start. The stage is yours. Kyle, it's with you.
All right, Bruno, man, thank you so much for having me. Guys, I am so excited to be here. My name is Kyle Draper. I'm in Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. So pumped to get to meet so many of you from all over the place. And what I love more than anything is talking about the power of video. This is what the Big View platform is all about. This is why you're here. And so I hope that something will be said today that encourages you, that motivates you to go a little bit harder, a little bit further, do this a little bit more consistently. Because guys, here's what I've found. There's something that I call the shadows of social media. So for those of you creating video content, putting it out there for the world, there are tons of people paying attention to you that may never like the video, that may never comment on the video, but they are paying attention. And so what we've got to be careful of as we unleash the power of video is that we don't get caught up in the vanity metrics. We don't get bought in to, oh, well, this video didn't get enough views, and so I'm going to take it down. And this video didn't get enough comments, and now I'm embarrassed. The bottom line for me is I am creating content for who's not here yet. And so I just keep churning out content. I keep churning out content, knowing that as new people show up, they're going to have a lot of opportunity to watch. And so this is what it's all about. And so now, Bruno, sorry, I extended my intro, but I want to jump to some numbers because I know numbers matter. And if you guys want, I'll have these slides available to you, and I'll show you at the end how you can get them from me. But guys, think about this, that by the end of this year, it is being predicted, and we're already seeing it happen, that 80% of the search results on Google are video-based. And so it's video content that is showing up at the top of every search result. And so this is why what we do matters so much. But then also look at the top right-hand corner of this graphic. It is now being estimated that 1 minute of video is equivalent to 1.8 million words. Isn't that unbelievable? Think back to when Instagram first came on the scene and we were thinking, oh, this is amazing because a picture is worth 1,000 words. And now we're predicting and equating that 1 minute of video is worth 1.8 million. And so the influence that we have on the people around us is elevated the more often we choose to put ourselves in front of this camera. And so this is huge for us. But then also think about this. Right now, this is streaming all over the place. It's streaming to multiple Facebook channels, to YouTube. This is going to my LinkedIn as well as all the Big View channels. It's going to my YouTube channel. Guys, right now, today, over 500 million people are going to watch a video on Facebook today. That number is even bigger on YouTube. That number is smaller on other platforms, but still massive. And so this is where the world is. This is where we've got to invest our time. And then look at the right-hand side. 95% is the amount of information we can recall when we watch something versus roughly about 10% of what we read. And so we would much rather watch or listen as opposed to have to read, which is why what we do is so valuable. And so if we're going to do video more, we've got to get out of these self-limiting beliefs that we all have. And so I have put 8 of them on here because I believe that at any point in time, all of us can end up believing one of these lies, right? Everyone's already doing it. If you're not careful, you'll buy into this concept that, gosh, I should have started doing video 5 years ago. I should have started last summer. Guys, the bottom line is we are still scratching the surface with what the power of video has to do and the impact that it's going to have in people's lives and businesses and in culture. And so you have not missed the boat. Jump in right now, right where you are. Some other people are saying, I just don't have the right equipment. I do everything, guys, from this. And I bought a fancy camera. I have fancy equipment, but our phones are the most efficient equipment that we can have. And so you do not need a bunch of fancy stuff. You really just need to start. Now, I don't know that somebody said, Live in Love Denver said, start a video, then my phone cracked. Gah. But here's what's great about that. Your phone being cracked, unless you cracked your camera lens, that won't affect the actual videos that you can shoot, right? It'll be annoying to look at, but it won't make an impact in your ability to shoot good video. And so these are just excuses that we can create that keep us from doing what we want to do. Some of you might think that, man, I just don't know that this works. Guys, it works. Trust me. I have built my entire business with organic video content. What does that mean? That means I haven't paid anything for it. Organic is also meaning free. And so this is where we need to be. Some of you might say, I don't know what to say. Well, I'm going to solve this in a couple slides, because if you don't know what to say, usually the culprit is you don't know who you're talking to. Because when I know who I'm talking to, magically I now know what to say. Some of you on the blue side of this page, you don't think people will care. Right? You kind of assume that, man, nobody values my opinion. Nobody cares what I think. Guys, every person that it now has a big YouTube channel, that has a big following on Instagram, that's big on TikTok, all of those people, when they started, questioned whether anyone would care about their content. And so what separates them from everyone else is that in spite of that insecurity, they started anyway. Some of you might say that I don't have time. Guys, let me tell you why you have to have time. Because right now, if you go look me up on Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook, wherever, guys, right now, I'm giving you my undivided attention. I'm not fielding sales calls. I'm not working with my team. I'm not talking to my designers. I'm talking to you. And so while we're doing this, I have thousands of videos across the internet for people to be able to go watch. And so I don't have to have as much time as other people do, because I have an army of Kyle Draper videos working on my behalf 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. This is why this matters. Some of you may be afraid to mess up. And guys, let me tell you that your mess ups, in my opinion, are what make you the most relatable to people. Just yesterday, I was telling Bruno this in the pre-show. Just yesterday, I was leading a webinar with about 300 people on it, and I told a story about our dog. And so in the comments, people started saying, hey, we want to see your dog. What does your dog look like? So I call our dog in, I pick her up, and she pees all over me. And so I have to finish this webinar. I had to go 20 more minutes with dog pee all down the side of my shirt. My office reeked of it. I can't tell y'all how many responses I got from people that said, this was the best webinar I've ever been to. Not only were you great, but man, when your dog peed on you, that was hilarious. So guys, sometimes it's our mess ups that make us most memorable. And our goal is to be remembered by people, not to just try to be impressive. And so we've got to shift the way we think. And then somebody on here, you might think you're too old. You might think that Father Time has passed you by, that there is no longer a place for you. And let me tell you this. We don't need more millennials like myself telling everybody about how great we are and how smart we are. So if you fit into the old category, we desperately need your wisdom in a permanent place where we can go back and forth to it as often as we need. And so there is a place for you here. And so, guys, but before we kind of move forward, I want to give you this quote, right, which says, social media is hard. Doing social media, trying to be someone else, is impossible. And so if you want to destroy your video presence before you even start, try to be everybody else. try to do it like someone else is doing it. But if you want this to grow, if you want to attract a following, if you want to have an impact in people's lives, do social media as yourself. Get on camera as yourself. If you have a thick accent, who cares? If you look a certain way, who cares? If you don't have the trophies yet, who cares? You be you and watch the right people. Maybe not the most people, but the right people show up. This is huge, guys. This is so important. And so I want us to think back. I want us to think back to the last time we had coffee with a friend, right? Or you had lunch with somebody. And so I know in all these different countries, there's been different levels of lockdowns. And so hopefully where you are back to being able to be physically in a room with other people. And we don't have a problem talking to friends at coffee. We don't struggle with what we look like. We don't struggle with going, but my voice is annoying, right? And we also don't struggle with content. I don't take in a bunch of note cards to my coffee with my friend and start thumbing through note cards going, oh, okay, hold on. What's your favorite color? Right? Oh, okay, that's good. What's your favorite restaurant? We don't do that. Because when we're with friends, we feel completely comfortable. And so, guys, the reason I'm setting this up like this is for this. If we can have coffee with people and not be concerned with what we look like and not be concerned with what we sound like and not be concerned with not knowing what to say, why does everything change when we put this little bitty dot in front of us? Why does that change everything? Because the bottom line, the way I coach video is the same people you would have coffee with are the same people that are going to watch your videos. And so they're the same people that know how tall or short you are, fat or skinny you are, old or young you are, educated or uneducated. They already know. And guess what? They love you, trust you anyway. And so we've got to let this go when it comes to video with being overly concerned with what we look like and being overly concerned with what we sound like, right? I can't go borrow Kanye's auto tuner so that I can sound cool all the time. I got to be me. And then, guys, if we would do this, if we would be able to articulate into the camera, knowing who our audience is, we can then predict what questions might be. And we do really great content this way. Because what people say about me is, man, you're the same person on camera as you are in person. Why? Because I really practice being conversational in the way that I communicate. And so we've got some questions in the chat. So let me just pause for a second. Too Bad Tourists. I love that name. That's a great name. Do you have tips on how to improve sound quality when recording? The best visual place in my home to shoot is in the living room. Yeah. So a couple tips, right? Number one is depending on your phone. So like I have an iPhone and so I have a little Shure microphone, Shure, and it's designed for the iPhone. And so it's a directional mic, which means it pivots and it literally plugs in to the port on the bottom of the iPhone. There are plenty of other mics that are designed for an Android, right? Some of them are wireless. You plug the base into the phone, and then you can clip the actual mic part on your shirt. And so those are great ways to kind of help with sound. Another way to do it is to change. I know you said that your living room is the best place, but guys, audio is, in my opinion, audio is more valuable than even the video is, because if you've got crystal clear video but crappy audio, nobody's watching that video. And so I would even consider Too Bad Tourists picking a different spot in the house where maybe the video part isn't quite as good, but if you can get really good audio in there, then that's going to be valuable to you. There's a couple wired mics, like this is a Shure mic that's a podcasting mic. A Blue Yeti is a great mic that's pretty inexpensive. And so those would be what I would say for audio purposes. There's a ton of other things we could talk about, but for the sake of time, hopefully that'll be helpful. How do we go live on multiple platforms at the same time? So guys, we're doing this right now. So this is through Restream, Restream. I use a platform called StreamYard. And so that allows me to broadcast out to multiple places. There's a few different ones, but I would say Restream and StreamYard are probably the two most popular. And I love using them. Why? Because I'm already doing this, so why not push it out to a bunch of different places? All right. Let's see. Do we have another question, Bruno, that we wanted to I think
that's it.
I think that's it. Okay, cool. So guys, if y'all have questions, keep putting them in the chat. We will answer them for sure. But guys, this is it, right? If you would begin showing up, because here's my biggest pet peeve with video, is that most people want to only show up on video when they're perfect. They want to only show up on video when they look their best, sound their best, are in the coolest environment. And guys, here's my problem with that. That's not relatable. And so if you go follow me on social, which I hope you will after this, you will see me do video from the front seat of my car. You will see me do video out on a walk. You will see me doing video in the carpool lane, waiting to get my kids, because I want people to relate to me. If I was only doing a video in scenarios that weren't normal for people, I would look untouchable. And if we aren't relatable, it's really hard to teach people things. And so this is a big pet peeve of mine. So what I want to go through super fast, and guys, here's the deal. This is an hour-long presentation that I'm trying to cram into 30 minutes. And so I'm going to give you these slides so you'll have all this. But these are my 5 keys to video. And instead of explaining all of them to you right now, I'm just going to jump in. Guys, this is, in my opinion, the most important slide of this entire webinar, right? Of this entire workshop. Because if you don't know who you're talking to, you will talk to no one. Because no one will care, or because you'll just quit doing video because you don't know what to say. And so what I really am passionate about is do you have clarity on who you're trying to serve? Like, please, guys, don't be doing video to just be famous. You're better than that. Do video because you want to make an impact, because you want to grow a business, because you want to make a difference in people's lives. And if you do those things, you might make it to be famous. But let's get out of this just narcissistic viewpoint of I just want to be famous. You have more to give. And so how old is your ideal client? This is going to dictate where you need to spend time, whether it's YouTube or Instagram or Facebook or TikTok or LinkedIn, right? Whatever. How old is the person you want to attract to your content? What season of life are they in? Right? That could mean, are they married? Are they single? Do they have kids? Do they not have kids? Right? This is wildly important, because all of these answers, guys, are allowing us to then create content and strategy to draw them close. What do they do for fun? Because in the world of social media, there's so many different ways that we can connect to people. And so if I can get on your level and we can find agreement in something we do for fun, right? Like Bruno loves the beach. And so unfortunately, I don't love the beach. But if I did, and I was like, oh, bro, do you surf? I surf. Boom, instantly connection. We got to find ways to connect with people. And so we do this by asking ourselves, what do our ideal clients do for fun? What are their current struggles? What are they struggling with? Guys, this is how I've built my entire company, is waking up. I mainly work with realtors and mortgage lenders. And so I wake up every day going, what are my realtors struggling with? And how can I serve those needs today? I don't ask myself, what's in it for me? I don't ask myself, how do I win? I simply ask myself, how do I help them win? Because I truly believe that if I'm helping enough people win, I myself am going to win. What platforms are they on? Again, another great question. Guys, you don't need to be on every platform. You could pick your best platform, and in the first quarter of 2022, become the expert of that platform next year. You are going to be far better served to become the expert of one platform than the platforms, right? And so be willing to take a step back. Don't let FOMO creep in and go, but what about this? But what if, but what? Be intentional. And then last question is, why do they need you? What value do you bring to their life? And if you go, I don't know, guys, that's bad. If you don't know the value you bring to the table, that's not going to go well for you. And so, guys, knowing your audience is so important. But the second thing is content. Content is the price of entry to relevance. Gary Vee said this. And so in 2021, now almost 2022, where most of us struggle the most is not that we're not good at something, it's that we're not relevant enough. It's that we don't show up consistently enough to reinforce what we do well, how we serve people, so that when somebody's need arises that we could be involved in, they think about us first. So we've got to be relevant. And so I want to give you my 6 pillars of content, and I don't even have a slide for this. And so you're going to have to write it down or text me after this or email me and I'll send them to you. But guys, if you will develop pillars of content, you will be able to always wake up knowing the specific content that you need to create. And so my 6 pillars of content are our family is one pillar. We should be showcasing to people who we are as people. So I want people to see my kids. I want people to see me on date night with my wife. I want people to see my dog pee on me in the middle of a webinar, right? Because it humanizes me. And so I will do video content where I know one of my kids is going to come running in so that I get a moment to go, hey, come here. Hey, say hi to all these people. And then after they say hi, I face palm them out of the room, right? Get out of the room. Daddy's got to go back to work. And so it reminds you that I'm a dad. It shows you the love that I have for them. But then I get to tell them to leave. And it's funny to people. Guys, most people that do video, the moment something like that happened, they would stop recording, start over, and remove what they call an imperfection that I call a connection. And so we've got to have family as a pillar of our content, in my opinion. Another pillar of content is daily life. What do you do every day? Because we don't always need to be impressive. We need to be relatable. And so what are you going to eat today? Where are you going to go today? Right? Did you find gas somewhere 30 cents cheaper a gallon than anywhere else? Put it in your stories. Do a video about it. Be human. Be human. It's your daily life. Another pillar is local community. If you serve a local place, you need to become the mayor of that town. You need to become the digital mayor of the internet. And you need to spotlight other people. You need to interview people. And if you are international or national, right? If you're bigger than a city, then just take off the local part and just call it community. Do content with other people. Because here's what's cool. If I brought Bruno onto my podcast, what's Bruno going to do with it? He's going to share it. And so now I'm going to get exposure to all of Bruno's people. All those people are going to see Bruno and go, yay, look at Bruno. He's doing so good. But then they're going to go, well, who's that guy? I kind of like him. He's kind of nice. He's kind of funny. And this is how we grow our influence, is by either the local community or just community. Another pillar is business education. Don't try to constantly sell to people through social media. It's called social media. It's not called selling media. And so we've got to be more social. And so educate people like what I'm doing right now. I'm educating you on video content and social media. I'm not going to sell you something. We got to educate people. We got to allow people to see us as the expert. And so business education is a huge piece. Another pillar is inspiration and leadership. Guys, I don't know, right? Because we're all over the world. And so I don't know if it feels like your country's falling apart like it feels in mine. But in the United States, guys, it is freaking nuts right now. Everyone hates everyone. Everyone hates every decision someone makes. Everyone's waking up just looking to be annoyed with people. Everyone feels like the world is out to get them. And so I decided years ago that what I want to be known for is that I am a light in the room. That people say, man, I don't know what it is, but I just like being around Kyle. He makes me feel better. I just feel encouraged when he's around because I'm an encouraging person. And so how do we do this? Guys, a simple way to do this is add content based on what you're learning. This is a book that I'm reading yesterday. I was reading a page in this book yesterday. Something hit me. I stopped, set up my tripod, and I recorded a reel talking about what I'm reading in that book. It's that simple. We don't have to become these original thought leaders. Nobody's got original thoughts anymore. Everything is derived from something someone else said, right? And so be a person of inspiration to people. Be a person of leadership. Be a person that calls people to be better and that has the ability to pull greatness out of them. This is huge. This is a massive, massive, massive opportunity. And so let's see. Thank you for, I think I got there. Did I get there? Grace, you're the best. Thank you for putting those up there. So we got family, daily life, local community, business education, inspiration. And then what's my sixth one? I'm missing one. It'll come back to me. All right. And sometimes, guys, this is what happens on video. We forget what we're supposed to say. And I decided to jump into this. I didn't have a slide for it. And so I'm paying for it by not remembering what my sixth pillar is. Maybe one of my friends will jump on here that hears me talk all the time and they'll put it in the comments. But I bet it'll come to me before we finish. So, guys, content is where it has to start. We've got to get better at content. We absolutely have to. The third thing, guys, is consistency. You need to be very consistent at what you do on video if you want video to make an impact in your business. All right. If you just sign up for Big View and you do Big View once every 6 weeks, guess what? Big View isn't the problem. You're the problem. Right? We got to be consistent. So I would be encouraging you to do a video weekly. I would encourage you to interact in the comments. Sometimes people get so excited that they did the video that they forget to go back and engage with the people that we're watching. And what we do over time is we tell people, oh, we don't really care if you comment because of your inaction. And so be paying attention to what people are saying in the comments and interact with every single one of them. At least love the comment. If not, comment back. Okay? Also, you should be using a personal and a business page because, guys, we live in a world where perception is reality. And so it doesn't matter what the truth is. What matters is what is someone's perception. And so if you don't have, and again, so this would be personal business. Let me clarify this. This is Facebook because it forces us to have 2 pages. If you're rocking Instagram, you're doing TikTok, I would encourage you to do everything from the same account. Okay. But Facebook specifically, if you are running a business, guys, you want a place where you can get reviews. You want a place where you could ultimately run ads. You want a place where somebody can get the business side of you and then the personal side of you. You want both opportunities. So don't neglect both, but spend most of your time on your personal pages. I would encourage you to also send private video messages daily. What does this mean? One of my favorite things that I did over the years was I started sending birthday videos to people. because I used to write on their wall, but so did hundreds of other people. And so I started sending private video messages, and then I started singing happy birthday to people. And guys, they ate it up. They loved it. I would make it fun and silly. I would put a filter on, and it was so memorable to people. And so the power of video goes far beyond just creating it for YouTube, creating it for TikTok or Instagram, whatever. We can be texting videos to people, messaging videos to people, using something like BombBomb and sending video emails. The influence that we can create through video is endless. And so consider adding that to what you're going to do in 2022. And then, guys, if you're going to commit to video in general, then you might as well be using YouTube if you're not already. You might as well test the waters of TikTok if you're not already. And you might as well be leveraging all the features of Instagram if you're not already. Don't be the person that says, well, I want to do Instagram, but only part. Right? I don't really like Reels. So I'm going to do the rest of it, but I'm not going to do Reel. Guys, what's keeping you from going all in? What's keeping you from believing in yourself enough? What's keeping you from desiring to serve people enough to go all in? To stop making lists of what you're unwilling to do and start doing everything that's available to you? If you're going to take the time to do video, put it in all the right places. And Grace said, we do educate, inspiration, and fun on our business page, but I need to step it up. Yeah, guys, you're the only one that knows what your next level looks like, right? What I love as an educator is I'm not trying to call all of you to the same standard. I'm trying to call you to your next standard. Because it's not about me. It's not about Grace. It's not about Carletta. It's not about Two Bad Tourists. Guys, it's about the individual. Don't look at other people and think that that's where you need to be. You just need to be the next version of you. And so at whatever level you've done video in 2021, you need to get to your next level in 2022. If you were doing a video a week all year, you need to do 2 videos a week next year. Right? If you didn't do a YouTube channel in 2021, you need a YouTube channel in 2022. What is your next level of consistency that you need in your business? And then, guys, the fourth key is distribution. And Grant Cardone, who's a really big real estate investor in America, he says best known beats best. Guys, all over the world, we are watching some of the greatest businesses on the planet go under. And it's not because they're not talented. It's because they didn't know how to market themselves. We are marketers first. If we are trying to create attraction, we are marketers first. It doesn't matter how great your product is if nobody knows it exists. And so I would focus more in 2022 on being known than being the best at something. And so to do this well, I have what I've created that I call content compounding. And so what content compounding is it is the ability to take a video and get rid of the word live that's on the screen. That freaks people out, right? Just call it video. Grace, you're so welcome. And guys, when we do video, right? When you do video that then you can put into Big View and other places, there's so much more you can do because I can do a video and then I can go create graphics for it in Canva. I can put it on YouTube. I can extract the audio from the video, right? Like this training right now. I probably will take the audio out and I'll put this on my podcast as an episode. I will be able to take this video recording and I'll be able to chop it up and I'll be able to pull a 27-second clip, and that's unique content. A 47-second clip, that's unique content. Because I was listening to Gary Vaynerchuk be interviewed the other day, and he was saying something like, I have a YouTube video that has 18,000 views, but my team put a little bitty clip of that on TikTok, and it has 1.2 million. And so we've got to remember, guys, where I think we go wrong is we just assume that everybody's attention spans are short. So we only create short video. But what I found is if you only create short video, you're never giving yourself the chance to fall into the pocket of presenting. Right? The pocket of presenting is when you've talked long enough to let kind of the butterflies go away, let the nerves smooth over, and now you are in the zone and you are talking, you are authoritative, you are bringing it, you are funny, whatever it is. And you will say things in the zone that you could have never planned for. Guys, for many of you, you never let yourself get into the pocket, right? You never let yourself settle down because you only create 30-second content. And so what I love about long form content is it lets you settle in and then you can create little bite-sized chunks of all of that stuff. That's what content compounding is. And so this is what I teach to realtors all over America is the power of content compounding. It's unbelievable. And so this is how we distribute it, and we take our efforts and we maximize the impact. This is it. And again, guys, if you want these slides so you'll see all this, I'll tell you the number to text at the end, and my assistant will hook you up with them. All right, so this is the end, Bruno. I'm almost done. And Bruno so graciously gave me a few extra minutes in our private chat. So, bro, thank you so much for that. Guys, the reason this is last is because storytelling is the most important aspect of what we do on camera. If we don't tell great stories, it's hard to get people to pay attention. And so this is kind of a simple formula that I use when I'm kind of navigating a story. The first question is I ask myself, like, who's this for? So I'm about to do a video and I go, okay, who's this video for? Is this for your friends? Is this for your business? If it's for your business, what actual person inside of your business do you want to watch this? Number two is what need does this solve? Am I doing a video just to hear myself talk? Am I doing a video because Kyle told me to? What am I doing? Am I solving something? Right? And so I ask myself that question because if my answers to these are I don't know, guys, I don't do the video. That's just the way that I do things. The third question is what emotion do I feel? What emotion do I want them to feel? And so this is why it's great to do videos that are funny, but you could also do videos that are very serious. You could do videos that are very somber. You could do videos that are sad, right? Because emotion is an incredible teacher. And there's not one emotion that's greater than another. They're all great. And so I think sometimes we need to actually ask this question and decide what do we want people to feel when they watch this video. Number 4 is what's your call to action? And guys, call to action can be very simple. Call to action can be something as simple as this, right? So I'm going to ask you guys to put something in the comments. What is your favorite book that you've ever read? If you guys would put it in the comments right now, whatever platform you're on, because I'll be able to see all of them. What is your favorite book that you've ever read? Okay. Put it in the comments because I might go buy them and add them to my collection. So guys, here's what something simple like this does. By just asking something simple, like what's your favorite book? That's going to add a bunch of comments into this video that otherwise wouldn't have been there. That's a call to action. Ooh, Rich Dad, Poor Dad's awesome. The Bible, obviously awesome. This is what call to actions do. Call to actions don't have to be, call me. Call to actions don't have to be, so do you want to buy what I have? Call to actions are literally calls to action. And so we need to just be using them very simply to create engagement on our content. And so think about a question that you could ask in every video you do that would cause at least one person to comment that may have not commented otherwise. That's what a call to action is. Oh, Atomic Habits, Sharon, that's a great one. This is how we win. And then number 5, guys, is what platform and in what form is best. So again, right, we don't have to put every video on every platform, because it's funny to me when like people will use Facebook to get people to follow them on TikTok. People will use Instagram to get people to go to their YouTube channel. Why do you need all of your people on all of your channels? You don't. And so I use unique content on different platforms. Some of my content can be the same everywhere, but like yesterday, I did a reel that's only on Instagram. I might do a YouTube video that's only on YouTube. The micro content might make it to other platforms, but the video itself is only on YouTube. And so guys, we don't have to always put the same content everywhere. If we diversify it, now we've given people reason to follow us everywhere. But what's the good in me following you on 4 channels if every day I'm going to see the same post on 4 different places? So we want to vary it up a little bit. And then I want to give you 2 words, and then we're done. The first word's positioning. Guys, on social media with video content, we are taking a position with people. And I believe there's 3 positions we can take. The first position is the most important position, which is, do you want to be like them? So if you want to be like people, if you want to create a bridge of connection, we want to speak from the angle of, come join me, right? I'm learning about how to do better audio. And if you want to learn too, let's go. Here's what I'm learning, right? That is wanting people to be like you, for you to be like them. The second way we can position ourselves is by leading. And so that's part of what I'm doing on this call, right? And in my moments of saying, hey, don't just want to be famous, make an impact, right? That's me leading you as an expert, trying to call you to something better. The third way to position ourselves, which is where most people mess up, is asking the question, do you want to challenge people? And so what happens on social media a lot is let's say that I do a video and I take this stance and I tell people, like, if you don't agree with me, you're an idiot. That's challenging people. The problem is we have to earn the right to be that way. I have to pour a lot of relational equity into your life to be able to say something so bold to you and believe that you're able to receive it. Other people might go, I don't really care. I just say it how it is. Those people are ignorant, stupid, in my opinion, because that's not how we win influence with people. And so consider, guys, on the video you're going to make today, how do you want to position yourself? Do you want to be like them? Do you want to lead them? Or do you want it to be something that challenges them? And if you do this out of sequence or without having earned the right, you will mess people up. 100%, Paul. I'm about to show you how you can have these slides, my friend. And then, guys, the last word is this: context. When we're doing video content, oftentimes we talk about stuff without giving people context for why that matters. And so always ask yourself, what happened leading up to this picture, this video that I'm about to create to make this matter? Is there a little bit of a backstory that I need to be sharing with people to help this really resonate, to help it make sense, to help it connect, right? These are the things we have to think about. The second question is, what did you overcome or sacrifice? And so this is really big in my world, in the world of real estate, because realtors love to just toot their own horn all the time. Realtors love to just talk about their success. But if you don't give people reason to be proud of you or happy for you, your success will turn into their resentment. And so we got to tell the stories. Tell the story of when you were poor and now you're not. Now people relate. Now people want to celebrate. And so the saying here is this: it's hard to appreciate where you are if I don't know where you've been. And so, guys, make sure you're telling people where you've been. Make sure you're telling those stories of when it wasn't as good as it is now. And that's going to be powerful in your ability to communicate to people. And then the last thing is, if you work with clients, if you have a business, how did they win? Are you telling stories of their success, not your awesomeness, but of their success? Because if I'm telling stories of their success, that story is bathed in my awesomeness. So I don't need to make it about me. It already is, because these are my people. And so are you telling stories of their success? It's a powerful, powerful way to create context to what you're saying. And then guys, remember this. Whoa, sorry. Don't remember that. I'm going back to this one. Convenience doesn't make you money. In the world of social media, in the world of digital marketing, in the world of video creation, right? In the world of having influence, this is hard work. I have to wake up every single day and overcome my own insecurities to keep doing video content, to have influence in people's lives. This is why most people can't do it, because it's too uncomfortable. And so if you want to be successful in this space, if you want to use an incredible application like BigView to help you create the look you want for social media and for marketing and for your brand, just print this page, put it on your wall, and stop looking for things to be convenient. The easy button does not exist. And so you got to be willing to work for it. And then guys, this is the last thing. John Maxwell says, understanding changes minds, action changes lives. You know why I said yes to this workshop? It's not because I wanted you to watch this and go, huh, yeah, I could see that. I'm not in the interest of changing your minds. I am in the interest of changing your life. And so please, my plea to you is take something you learned in this workshop and go apply it. Take something you learned in this workshop and go give it away. All right? Go use it to help someone else that you know. Because this is how our lives change, is by taking action. And so, guys, if you found value in what we talked about today, I would love for you to connect to me. Here's my website. Here's my Instagram. All right, go follow me on Instagram. I'll follow you back. If you've got more questions beyond just this time together, go reach out to me. If you want these slides, you're going to text the word slides to 844-905-1066. And then my team will send you the slides for this presentation, and you do whatever you want with them. You could go teach this class to your community if you want. I give you total permission to do that. All right. And then guys, please consider checking out my podcast, The Social Media Mindset. It's all about social media. I know I'm biased, but I believe it's immensely valuable to you. And so thank you guys so much for being a part of this. Thank you, BigView, for allowing me to do this on your behalf. And guys, if you guys have questions, I'm happy to stick around and answer some. Or Bruno, you're the boss. You can just kick me out of this thing and call it a day.
That's it.
Whatever
That's
you
it.
want.
Let's wait 3-5 minutes, see if the users have some questions. Thank you so much, Kyle. But let's see if the users have some questions, and still have more time.
All right. Come on, guys. Let's have some fun. Give me some questions. I know there's a delay when we stream this stuff, so it might take some time. Gabby, you said repeat that, please. I don't know what you're asking me to repeat. But I will repeat it if what's my handle? My handle, guys, is Coach Kyle Draper. Is this recorded, Pamela? Yes, it is permanent on all the platforms. So where you're watching it on YouTube right now, once we finish, it will become a permanent number, like a permanent video on YouTube. So you'll be able to go back to it. The number. So it's on the slides if you can see it, but you'll send the word slides, SLIDES, to 844-905-1066. And then my team will be able to get you these slides. So I'd love to answer some real questions about marketing or video. But that's okay if we don't. Pamela, you're so welcome. Oh, here we go. All right. Oh, Kyle Robertson, what's up, bro? If we don't have microphones or fancy equipment, is bad sound and normal flow filters acceptable? Yeah, dude, Kyle. Here's the deal, man. If you are the phone, like I use the mic on my iPhone every day, and so the key thing is like if you can just find a quiet environment, then you will be able to do great content with just your phone without anything. So like right now, I'm not even using any lighting. I have my desk positioned in front of a big window, so it gives me good light. And then I have a little tripod when I'm recording that I just, can hold my phone up there. And that's it, right? Very simple. And so we don't have to overthink this stuff. All right, somebody else said, tips to improve watch time retention. Mr. Beast seems to be the king of this. Yeah, Jay, like Mr. Beast is going to be a hard person to look at because obviously he's literally doing it at the highest level. And so I would go like, Jay, I don't know how many followers you have. I don't know what that looks like or what your goals are, but I would set yourself multiple standards, right? So what does that mean? That means like don't look to Mr. Beast as your immediate next step because that's not real life. Who is somebody that's 1,000 followers ahead of you? And what can you glean from them? Right? What's something they're doing that you're currently not doing? Because like you can't give away $500,000 like Mr. Beast can in some of his videos. You don't have 8 videographers following you around a Squid Game recreation, right? You're probably a solo guy, like I am, and so we first got to set appropriate expectation. But I think a simple tip is get into your content faster, right? So that's why you'll watch on YouTube, right? They'll hook first, then the intro will start, and then they jump into their content. And so, you got to be aware of, are you long-winded? Do you beat around the bush? Do you talk about nothing before you actually get into the good part? That's a big piece of it. Beyond that, and I know you're watching on YouTube, so you're probably a YouTube guy. I'm really just 2022 is my year that I'm committing to YouTube. So I'm more of a novice when it comes to YouTube specifically. But here's what I believe about watch time. I honestly don't care how long you watch, as long as you watched. Because if I got you for 14 seconds today, that's 14 more seconds than if I didn't do a video. And if I can get you 14 seconds today and 14 more seconds tomorrow, guys, 14 seconds compounds over itself very quickly. And so I wouldn't be so caught up in, do people watch all of it, as much as am I at least getting something consistently from you? So I hope that helps. And guys, if you want deeper things on any of this, reach out to me. I'm happy to help you guys. One more. So, repurposing. You do a long video like you did today, then you put it on. Yeah. So, Gabby, there's no certain answer because this was 50 minutes. My short videos could be 3 minutes, could be 8 minutes, could then be 18 seconds, right? So, short videos are kind of relative to how long the original was. And also how long it takes to complete the thought. And so that's what I would be most focused on. But guys, time's up. So the boss man has spoken. Bruno, thanks for having me today, bro.
Thank you guys so much for being here with us. Thank you, Kyle. This was really great. Hope to have you back with us, maybe
Absolutely.
with a different workshop. And if you guys want to get in touch with Kyle, I'm going to add in the comments his social links. Also, it's on the screen right now, so you can get in touch with him. And your final message, Kyle?
My final message, guys, is this. This is my sticker that I give out to people. just post it. Right? Go for quantity at first. The only way to get better at this is to be doing the work. And so that's my final word.
Great. Thank you, Kyle. Thank you guys for being here with us. Hope to see you guys soon. And that's it. Thank you.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
everybody.